Hi, and welcome to another video. In this video I wanted to go through on using your the Google Stadia controller and playing games using iOS. In this case, using my iPad, and this is the third generation iPad Pro, 12.9 inch. So they've just released it a little while ago, I think just a few weeks ago, where you can now use Stadia, so you can play games and everything on your iPad, especially having quite a big screen. And I think people forget how good the screen is on the iPads and most tablets these days, as well as it being having 4 speakers, and the sound has been really good. I just wanted to show you the setup and show you how easy it is to actually use, and some of the gameplay, so you can see how good it is. And to be honest, my overall experience has been really simple. I mean, they couldn't have made it any more simple. And of course, the one thing you have to do is noted is here. You have to do it through Safari browser. So that's a limitation. But I found it playable. Of course, as I said before in my other videos, I'm no expert gamer. So, but this one was really good. And in this example, like I said in my previous video, I got Cyberpunk 2077. So we can play that on here and we can have a quick look to see what the gameplay is like. But as you can see from here in the Google support page, it basically goes through the steps and everything else and how you do it. So as they are saying on here, your first step would be on your iPhone or iPad to launch the Safari app. So you Safari browser of the internet. You go to stadia.com and you sign in with your Stadia account. I think that's the same as your Google account, but it might have a different username. A prompt will also appear letting you know you can play in the browser. You can just select got it. The Stadia home screen will appear in Safari. So now on the next step, or like on step 5, they're saying you can add an icon to your desktop. That might be quite handy. So you just click on that little symbol there for the share icon in Safari. And then in this case, like on the iPad, you just add to home screen. So as you see here on step 6, it says share menu will appear. Select the add to home screen option and it will appear next to the plus icon. And then basically on your home screen, you'll get the Stadia icon. So when you click on that, it will launch Safari and go to stadia.com. So it's like having an app installed on your iPad, but it's probably not as optimized as it would be. But because of Apple's lockdown on games, as we know, they've got quite a few issues with other third-party companies, as a problem. So also they're saying up here, just to note, is that Stadia on iOS is a feature still in development, so there might be a few bugs and everything else, but I've only played the one game, but I haven't come across anything on there. And also about the experience and everything else due to your network connection, of course, and then your mobile device. And as again, I'm using the Stadia controller, but I do believe that you can connect. It says they're third party support. So you've got there the DualShock 4 controller. I believe that's for the PlayStation, and an Xbox One controller. You can connect to your iOS device using Bluetooth. So I think right now it's saying their wired controllers are not officially supported with Stadia on iOS at this time. So that's the only limitation really. And then to be honest, it is the easiest way to use it is using the Stadia controller for me anyway, because it synchronizes straight away. So that's just a few of the limitations and a few of the steps, as you can see here, what you have to go through. It's very straightforward to play. Just go to stadia.com, log in, and then you're away kind of thing. So next we'll move on to the actual stadia.com and then how you play the games. So now we've moved on to the stadia.com. So as you see here, I've just typed in Stadia and it forwards you to stadia.google.com, to the official website. And this is the full screen in Safari. So as you can see, you've got the home store. Of course, I'm not a pro user, but you can sign up for it and remind you, you've got your messages, controller, and then you've got your options as well. So as you can see play straight away. and I think you can still screen capture as well using on the controller. So as you can see, I've only got one game and it plays there, but I want to connect to the controller first, and that's the Stadia controller I've got here. So as you can see here, you just click on that and it will give you, every time you click on this one, it will create a new kind of code you have to type in. And then also here says down here to connect controller for your PlayStation or your Xbox, so you can go this option. As I said, I'm using the Stadia option, so what I'll have to do with mine is switch on the Stadia controller first. So I'll hold that down, it vibrates, and you can see the white light glowing. So that means it's connecting, because these actually don't connect directly to your iPad by Bluetooth. This actually connects to Wi-Fi. So you've got everything here. And now, so hopefully when you see this is the combination you have to type in on your controller to connect to the device. So in my case, the iPad. So I click left, Y, right, X. And it vibrates twice. And then you'll see if it connects. And you can see now it's connected, and it showed me a low battery, but it's okay. So you can see how easy that was. It literally just gave it a few seconds, 10 seconds, and it connected, and it says linked. So now my controller is linked. So now all I have to do is click the play button. And as you can see here, it starts to play. I will turn down the volume, because I think it might have some copyright material in. So you can then start seeing it load up. So you can see it go through. And you can see that there's an X here if you want to exit the, don't forget this is a online. So you can go through, and then the controller. So we can have a look. So I just move that across for you so you can have a look. And now it comes up. So you've got B there. This should be up to 1080p streaming. And again, as you can see, you can move the controller and the it responds quite well. So, and you can see the gameplay. So you've got all the options here. So it is quite responsive. I mean, there is a little bit of a lag, but I mean, not that much. I mean, when you're comparing it, this is actually connecting via Wi-Fi and through the internet. So as you can see here, you go through here, and it's going through some of the movie, and it's streaming well. And again, I've got quite fast Wi-Fi, so I've got the Wi-Fi 6, and this connects the iPad. I don't think it's got AX, but it connects at around 866 megabytes per second, so it's fast enough. And as you can see here, you can, on the controller, the response times and everything, and of course the sound is good, but of course I can't play that for you because I'll probably get a copyright strike. But as you can see, it is all the options, and the gameplay is actually amazing when you think this is through a browser, not even a optimized game app, and this is only in development. I'd say this is really good, and as you saw how simple it was to set up. So yeah, so I just wanted to quickly do a video of that to show you how you can set it up on the iPad or iPhone. I think the only limitation with an iPhone of setting it up would be that it's got a much smaller screen, so I'd advise probably using an iPad and Safari, because everything will be too together and everything else, so it won't be very clear. But again, yeah, I hope this was a helpful little video quickly for everyone. If you have any questions, as usual, just leave them in the comments. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for your time.